And so he invites us to live in his ways because his ways really are the best ways for us. In fact, we see this theme all throughout the Bible about how God just invites us to follow him and to experience his best for us. In fact, I'm going to read a few passages out loud. Here's the first one from the book of Deuteronomy. The author writes, "Walk in obedience to all that the Lord your God has commanded you, so that you may live and prosper and prolong your days in the land that you will possess." Great work on that one. Here's the next one from Exodus, where we read, "Now if you obey me fully and keep my covenant, then out of all nations you will be my treasured possession." Great work. We got one more from the book of Job. "If they obey and serve him, they will spend the rest of their days in prosperity and their years in contentment." Great work. And as we read these passages and others like this, there's a couple themes that we're going to notice. Here's the first theme. That is, God is calling us for our full obedience. Selective obedience is not enough. God wants us to fully obey everything that he calls us to obey. In fact, when it comes to living out God's ways, the way that we should think about this is like a litmus test back in high school. You might remember taking a chemistry class. You'd have those litmus test pieces of paper. You'd stick them in the liquid. It'd come out a different color, which show you what it is. And this is what God's commands are like for us. If we see a command from God, it's a litmus test for us. Are we fully following him or not? And if we choose to say, you know what, I don't want to follow, that should expose us. You know, if we're not obeying, to say, hey, no, I'm engaging in selective obedience. I'm not fully following, because we can't fully follow God without obedience. God wants full obedience from us.